Congresswoman, I want to begin with that Texas federal judge injunction on President Obama's executive order. Administration officials now trying to get that lifted. How do you see the judicial side of this playing out before we get to the legislative side this week?
Well, obviously, I'm a supporter of the constitutional framework which the president used. Many states, Republican governors in particular, have decided, along with our friends in the Congress, that they're not going to cede to the president's authority. That's simply what it is. And in this instance, there were forum shopping. I think your listeners need to know that lawyers can look for courts that they think may be friendly, and this court has spoken out against the practices of the administration's border security plan. In essence, what he did not find the executive actions unconstitutional. I think that is a very significant point. What he said is it was a question of process.
The Administrative Procedures Act.
Administrative Procedure Act. And I beg to differ somewhat with his perspective, because there have been many executive acts, many executive orders where that has not been the case. But the stay then was to flesh out these issues. And now the Justice Department is asking the judge to stay his order, which can be asked, and it may come out today or tomorrow whether he does so.
The funding issue of the Department of Homeland Security, what's the end game in your mind here?
Well, let me add into that the end game or the impact on so many families in my district, in Texas and Houston, and in the state of Texas and across the nation. So first of all, we have hurting families, those who had begun to line up and pay, prepared to pay fees. We've been trying to make sure that there was not fraud with respect to individuals wooing these persons to line up and fill out these forms. And so the government has been working very hard to vet this process. But what has happened is last night the Senate failed again to pass the DHS bill that the Republicans put forward, which is to defund DHS and to eliminate the president's executive actions. You would almost say that that bill is moot because there is a court proceeding as we speak, and the court has rendered a temporary judgment, if you will. So now, rightly so, the majority leader, which I believe should have been done weeks ago, in the climate that we're in, with the heightened actions of ISIL, this is a foolish discussion. But last night, the Senate, rightly so, the Democrats held up and blocked, and the bill was not successful to have DHS funding tied to the elimination of the executive orders, the executive actions, of course. Rightly so. Now, Majority Leader McConnell is offering a compromise, maybe a separate up or down vote on eliminating the executive action and funding the $40 billion that is needed to keep the FAA, parts of the FAA functioning, ICE officers that are so very important dealing with the internal process of those who have come to this country illegally. How foolish to say that the administration is not doing its job and then you want to defund it.